Hello, friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks. And today I'm going to talk about LT Foods, one of the shares that had done well between the 2015 to 18 period, but over the last 2 years, the stock has done virtually nothing and has only fallen. So let's understand what is happening with the company and whether you should invest or not. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research. And I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Now about LT Foods. The company was established in 1978 and they manufacture rice and rice products and basically rice, and they have operations globally, and they have recently started with rice snack products with a collaboration from a Japanese company. The market cap of the company is under 1000 crores, and they have a popular rice brand with the name of Dawat that everybody recognizes around India. If we look at the financials of the company, let's look at September this year numbers versus September last year. And the sales have been up by 4.9%, whereas the profit growth has been of over 26%. This is particularly because of a steep increase in other income, which could have come in from the rice brand or other products that they sell, and the other income increased from around 4 point some crores, let's say 4.5 crores, to around 12.5 crores right now. The return on equity of the company is around at 10.2%, whereas the operating profit margin is 11%. So nothing home to write about when it comes to the return ratios or the profit margins. Although the company has done well in the rice business with its brand, but still remains to be seen that whether numbers can improve or not. If we look at the stock performance, so the stock has relentlessly fallen from 2018, and the stock was trading at around 110 rupees as the high in January 2018. So over the last 2 years, from 110 rupees, the stock has gone down to 17, and currently it is trading at around 27-28 rupees. And looks like there is a breakout that is taking place, a small breakout. But after the stock has already fallen 92% from the top, then any move of such move of 20-30% doesn't help, because the capitulation has been very steep. Numbers have remained subdued, and especially the profit numbers have not been that great compared to how it performed over the last 5 years, and that is why the share has fallen so much. Along with that, the number of pledged shares has over the years increased, and although in this quarter it has decreased slightly, but the number of pledged shares is between 4 to 6% in LT Foods, and that has turned out to be a real so factor for the stock, and for the stock to be falling, as many investors are staying away from companies with any sort of pledge on their books. The return ratios are extremely meager, as I explained, at around 10-12%. Normally, consumer companies are trading at with the return ratios of close to 18-20%. But you need to understand that more than a consumer company, this is a company which is into rice production and rice selling. So it is a commodity kind of a play with rice as the main feature rather than consumer, although they have come up with a rice snack. So probably later on in the next 3 to 5 years, they might turn out to be a company who would be selling snacks of rice or other products of rice. But at the moment, their majority, over 90% of their business, comes from selling pure rice. There has been no reduction in debt, so the debt has remained constant at around 600-650 crores, which is extremely steep for such kind of a company. It would have been okay if this company would have been into infrastructure, real estate, capital goods, etc., but or airlines, but being a slightly consumer companies into production and selling of rice, the kind of debt on the books doesn't look good. And remember that small cap sell off over the last 2 years has also hurt the stock price, and so probably the stock price should have fallen some 50-60%, but it has fallen more than 90%. And we've seen that once the small cap sell off has retreated, and over the last 3 months stocks have been going higher, LT Foods has also done well from a low of 17. It is now trading at around 28 rupees. Now, if we look at the business aspects of the company, it began with rice snack in a competitive market just now. So it has just begun with the rice snack product, and when the news came out about few days back, the stock went up 13%. But you need to remember that there are other companies producing other kind of healthy snacks, and they have been in the market for a number of years and are established. So it will be very difficult for LT Foods to sell their products over a longer period of time. Need to further establish the brand and gain share. And by brand, I mean the Dawat Basmati brand, which needs to be established and have competition from Kohinoor and other basmati rice products from Future Group, etc. So it's better that LT Food concentrate on their basmati rice brand and try to make it as a market leader first of all. Debt needs to reduce for a company that touts itself as a consumer brand as selling rice, etc., and now rice brand products. It's better that their debt remain in check, because 600 crore debt for a market cap of 800 crore company of a market cap of 800 crore doesn't look good, and hence I believe debt has to at least go down by 50% in order for marquee investors to put their money in the stock. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for them to rope in big investors and get the stock price moving higher. Remember that there are pledged holdings, and institutional holdings have been reducing over the years. So I've seen quarter on quarter institutional holding has reduced by around 20 to 30%, and retail players have gotten to the stock. So this is never good. And if you remember all my videos with multi-bagger picks or Diwali video or Christmas New Year videos, I have emphasized on the fact that the institutional holding is high, and only 8 to 10% or less than 6%, 5% holdings are with the retail players. So how does that help? Because that gives a real stability to the stock price, and more or less the stock will keep moving higher rather than going down, because retail players are always gambling on the stock. So you need to keep that in mind. And stock has been beaten to pulp, and that is only positive for the company, that the stock is trading at around 10-11 times forward earnings, and it has gone down by around 90%, although the company is producing profits. So this is a positive in that sense, but otherwise the company has not done that exceptionally well for it to be warranted to be bought. And I'll talk about the technicals in the next slide, but the technical breakout looks like is taking place once the stock has gone past 24-25 levels. So if you look at the technicals, there's heavy resistance between 29 to 32 levels, and there's great support around the 24 to 25 levels. So if there's a fall between 24-25 region in the coming days, go ahead and buy the stock with a stop around 10% lower. But remember, these are only tactical buys, and this is not a long-term buy. A breakout above 32 could see the stock go to 40. Probably you can buy at around 24-25, wait for a breakout and sell around 37-38. That could be the best strategy. So what needs to be done? Probably buy only as a trading play and keep track of the numbers and put strict stop losses. If the numbers improve, debt reduces, there is no pledge, and it's a little bit of FII or large investors holding the company raise their stake, then go ahead and buy more of the company, but always put strict stop losses and have only less than 5% of the exposure in such companies. I am not very bullish on LT Foods, but even if you want to buy it, is a good tactical technical buy. So this was my video on LT Foods. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.